A big misconception in the online space is that repurposing and revamping content is the exact same thing. But let me break it down. Revamping content is taking content you have and maybe changing a graphic or a color or a word or a sentence, right? Whereas repurposing is taking content that you have and literally redoing it and creating it using a new platform or a medium or format in order to meet your audience where they're at. Repurposing content is probably the number one tool that I feel like coaches need in order to create a successful brand. Because without repurposing content, every single time you show up online, every single time you do a podcast or live or a YouTube video, you're constantly having to recreate the wheel. And this is the number one way to ensure that you'll burn out. And I obviously don't want that for you. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the main reasons that you need to repurpose content. The first and probably most obvious benefit of repurposing your content is that it saves you time. Every single time you try to sit down and stare at the wall and think of content, or every single time you try to figure out what content could possibly be engaging, you're wasting your time. When you take a piece of content and you repurpose it over and over and over again, you get to actually free up your time, but still be able to be just as effective as you were, probably actually more effective. I know for me, I saved so much time that I showed up online more energetic, more excited, and more engaging. And that's available for you as well when you repurpose your content effectively. The second reason you should repurpose content is because your content is valuable. I don't know about you, but if you've ever had this experience, it's pretty frustrating where you post an amazing piece of content, people are engaging, you're super pumped up, and then all of a sudden the algorithm steals your shine. And it's like the content that you posted 2 hours ago is irrelevant and pretty much invisible. Then you feel defeated, disheartened, discouraged, all the emotions, right? But the truth is your content is valuable. So if you only post it once, the algorithm is going to steal your shine. But that's why you get to take the content that you know resonated with your audience and then reuse it, repurpose it, reshare it so that it's constantly getting in front of your audience and you're constantly able to engage them. The third reason that repurposing content is so important is because you get to meet your audience exactly where they're at. The truth is, some people are going to love written forms of content. Some people will love audio. Some people will love video. Some people will love all three. But when you repurpose content, you get to be on all of those different platforms or get to use all those different angles to reach your audience where they're at based on what it is that they're going to engage with the most. If you focus on one form of content, you could potentially be missing a big part of your audience, which is not something you want to do. I know for me, when I first started my business, I would see these coaches and they seemed to be everywhere. They were on YouTube, they were podcasting, they were on Clubhouse, they were on everything. And I'm like, how can I keep up with them? And the problem was I was trying to do everything from scratch. When I learned how to repurpose my content, I got to show up as the greatest version of me, but also show up to make sure I was meeting different parts of my audience on all these different platforms, using all these different formats, and using all of these different mediums. And it literally changed the game for me in my business. All in all, repurposing your content ensures that you're going to get the greatest return on the blood, sweat, and tears, figuratively, that you put into creating that content to begin with. The truth is, I love the concept of repurposing your content, but it's not something that most of us talk about, or when we do, there's not really an answer about how to go about it. For me, I repurpose pretty much everything that I do. Last week, for example, I hosted a totally free masterclass. And from that masterclass, I made 1 podcast episode, 3 blog posts, 2 emails, and 5 social media posts, all from 1 piece of content. And I've done this time and time and time again. And this is why I'm so passionate to be able to teach other people these same tools. Imagine what it would feel like if you weren't constantly trying to reinvent the wheel and find new content to post or new ways to engage with your audience. Imagine what it would feel like if you actually had free time in your business. Imagine what it would feel like if you created an amazing piece of content that you could use time and time again and feel excited to show up online again. The truth is, all of that is available for you, and I'm going to teach you how to get there. In my upcoming workshop, I literally walk you through the process of repurposing your content, expanding your reach, and increasing your revenue by creating a foolproof formula for repurposing your content time and time and time again so that you can fall in love with your business again. So use the link below so that you can join us, and I look forward to seeing you there.